Hello, everybody. I had to unmute myself. Welcome to the stream. This is just going to be a nice little casual. Let's see. Oh, do I have an error? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me check that first. Hello, Karen K. Daniel and The Force Awakens and Mike Smith. Waves. Yes, if everything is working fine, then excellent. Like an excellent adventure. I am just here to share my excitement and love for the fact that my Geocoin campaign is finally launched. Force Awakens, all is good here. That is good to see. And it's good to see so many people. Oh, man. Oh, it's been a busy day. Got to work full time, but also wanted to get this whole campaign launched on time and make sure everything was good to go. This is the first time I've done anything like this. I'm going to bring up the campaign page right there. If you don't know what's going on, this is a live stream because I have just launched my first Geocoin project, the Cash Line Cipher Geocoin. There is a whole lot going on with this coin. And this has been a long time in coming. I'm hoping that, yes, is Facebook on? It should be on, and YouTube. Albedo waiting on the wife. So we'll hang out for a little. Hey. And so this whole thing, this is launched. I love Indiegogo. It's nice for setting up for this type of project. And yeah, for the last month, I've been dropping out little teasers about the different coins, and man, I could talk forever about this. I had just met with Land Monkey, who was they're over from BC, he and his wife, and they had gone to the Maritime Mega out in New Brunswick, and so apparently they had flown into Toronto and then rented a vehicle, a big camper van from the town that's just right next to mine. I live in kind of a tri-city area, and so he was literally in my backyard, relatively speaking. And so it didn't work out when he landed because they were just heading straight up to take the huge road trip, couple days road trip up to New Brunswick. But we timed it right so that on his way back we could meet up and have a good lunch and catch up, and it was just awesome. And so I've been able to be a little excited about this coin. And I am hoping and wondering if this is going to get funded maybe within the week, hopefully, maybe. This has been such a fascinating experience. If you have already pledged, then shout out in the chat. Let me know if you have. And if not, well, I hope you do at some point. Maybe you will after this little stream, because I want to talk about some of this. I kind of talked. Whoa. I kind of talked the heads off of Land Monkey and Mrs. Land Monkey. I know Hailmeister. What's up? I saw your name. You have pledged. Thank you for a coin. What's up? You know what's up? Oh, Jason Mueller. Yes, the Indiegogo is live. You know what? I should put that in a banner just to make sure that it is up and available. Give me 1 second. And at Indiegogo. And so this live stream is just a casual hangout. I'm not going to leave this up afterwards. It's just going to be for anybody who is watching and wants to follow what's going on. Hey, there we go. Cash Line, Cipher Geocoin at Indiegogo. Cashline.net/artifact. What was I saying? Okay, so we've got what's up? I was going to answer that question. Got this thing so it could launch at 6 o'clock my time, which was the whole plan, but it plans tonight. And it was so nice to get this thing going and hopefully without any hiccups. There was a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning, but it seems to be going smoothly now, which is good because I could just let it go for a couple hours and go raspberry picking with the fiance. It was nice. We got 2 huge bowls of raspberries, big things, and we're gonna make some jam some jams as gifts. But it had just been raining, so it was a little wet, but it was perfect because all of the raspberries were washed. What else we got? Is Indiegogo live? Yes, it is. We got some crosstalk here. Hey, Hailmeister, we're going to reply to your email tonight or tomorrow. It's been chaotic here, but settling down. That's for the world to see. Yes, Force Awakens pledged for a quad set. Can't wait to see what secrets are revealed. Sweet, awesome. I am like so excited for this because the whole point to this was that I think I covered everything in the campaign page if you haven't read it yet. But the whole point to this was to try to provide something for everybody. So if you just want to collect, if you just want a coin and have it like a Geocoin, then you can do that. You can pledge just for the base coin or any coin really. But the whole idea behind this is that there's so much more. It's an open book, an open door, an open whatever you want to call it, to things to keep happening in the future. And so that I hope that there's lots of hints about that in the campaign page. If we're looking down, oh yeah, Chris Mackey. Awesome. Worked with him, and his ability to come up with that relief was just, his ability was smooth as butter. The ability to work with the mint, a little more bumpy. I wonder. I do still have the original samples that came in that were just completely wrong. Let's see what we got. I don't think I have one that's still in perfect incorrect condition, because whatever they decided to do just did not translate well to last. Oh, there is one. Okay, yes, here we go. You have an original antique silver version. So tell me what exactly do you do with this knobby thing? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can turn on the flashlight. Where is that flash level? And there we go. Maybe it'll focus. Will it focus? No, it won't. You know what? I can manual focus. Where is the manual focus? Where did you go? Focus. There we go. What is that little knob? That, it seems so random when you're looking at it right now. There was an original purpose for that, but looking at like this, there was just so much wrong with this, because during the process, initially, what I had wanted to do, where is the path tag? I don't think I have the path tag. Where'd it go? Where are you? I'm gonna get a different path tag, or do I have it here? No. Oh yes, I have it here. I have it right here. So originally, I had wanted to have it so that the front of this of the coin would be able to display or hold the path tag in place. So that little pin would have been the place to put the path tag on the hole, and then you can display it. And the brackets around the outside were supposed to be bigger so that the path tag could just display on the front. But no, they had to go and do this weird hand knob thing that nothing can sit on that. Basically, they didn't get the blueprints right at all. And so we had to go through a few different iterations and tried a few different color combinations as well before settling on what we liked. So at first, the black nickel had all like completely black and just colors, before saying, hey, you know what would be cool? Let's make this glow in the dark. So yes, we had some fun coming up with the colors, excuse me, and the designs. So if you haven't seen them yet, well, get over to the campaign page and watch the videos. But to recap what we've got, we have the antique silver. Oh, it's not going to autofocus again. It should be on auto. I don't know why it's not. We have the antique silver. This is your basic coin. It's your basic collector's coin. Nice and fidgety. You know, I haven't talked about this yet. Patrons have seen it, but this is such a fidget toy. You put that little path tag in there, and it's just like you just wanna play with it. You just wanna fidget around because there's a magnet in the back. So there's a magnet right in the center there, and the room for the path tag. Slip it right on there, and fits nice and cozy. But yeah, and then you can even set it up and have some fun like that, and spin it around. It's such a fidget toy. Unintended bonus. That's the silver. The second tier, we've got the antique copper. I actually really like this because the difference in the hues, the color. I'm going to change the focus just a bit. I'll be out, but I'll get a bit bigger on the coin. And so it really helps the relief pop out. I like that. I like that a lot. But the silver and the copper were the best for that, in my opinion. And the third up, we have the night trip. So if you know my path tags, I've been making black versions of things as well. So there's the night trip, the all black. And so we have the night trip, black nickel. This is not antique, it's just solid. But all that white glows. And so there's no color on the black, it's just... I wonder if that was enough. It's glowing a bit. There's too much light here. You wouldn't be able to see it glow. But yes, all of the white glows as like a little night caching night trip. And then we have... I'm not going to mix these up because I don't want to get the old samples mixed in with the new ones. And then we've got... Oh, I love this. This is like royalty. The bling. The bling. The gold. Look at that shine and sparkle. Oh. The gold, solid gold. Well, might not solid gold. I think it's gold plated, but the color codes on the back as well. This time white attributes and the 4 quadrant colors and all the code. All the information about what's on the back and the front is listed on that campaign page, which is pointing to it right down there, and you can check it out and get all the details. I think I covered everything that I want to explain, at least so far. As you can see, we've got the codes listed here. So we've got attributes around the outside, and then all of these little ones, these individual, these 8 little windows have a different image. They're kind of depictions of the terrain that's represented by the color. So let's zoom in here. We can zoom in. The yellow is kind of the sense coin, or the sense color, and that's urban. So there's the city, the urban core, and then you've got suburbs. You know, we've all found caches in those kind of areas. You've got the green, so we've got kind of dense forest areas, and then we've got marshes, and that's basically represented by the life coin. And then we've got orange, and it's kind of upside down right there, but there's a lot of geology. So you've got like rocks and mountains and cliffs. And then on the other side, we've got desert and cacti and whatnot. And then we've got, the orange would be the earth, or orange or gray is the earth version. And then the blues would be for the quest. And we've got paddle caches above the water with a lighthouse in the background, and then scuba divers getting underwater for the other half. And those are the 8 windows into this cipher coin. And then you've got the attributes around the outside. For the most part, they're kind of related to the terrains as well, or the contexts, experiences that we have geocaching. So we've got, and these attributes they're all actually open source. So Geocaching HQ has done the same. They're using them because they're free to use. So we've got 16, 2 times 8 is 18, 8 times 2 is 16 different attributes. And then on the inner rings, we've got the alphabet, A to Z, and they're set up in such a way that you could use that as a quick reference for Rot 13 if you really want to, because they're opposite. And so you could look at like C is the right side of this, so it'd be on the left side of the other side, or you could just use the path tag and then see I don't know, however you want to do it. Directly opposite is a rot 13, and then the big circles are the Roman numerals. So you've got 0, 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, and 1,000. I got that right. Think of what kind of codes and things you could create with that. And then on the next ring, we've got different cache types. We've got traditional, multi, unknown, letterbox, webcam, event, because Earth cache is not usable, and virtual cache and a challenge cache. So they're not like a challenge cache isn't a cache type, but it's a type of cache. And then just between there, very small and faint, we've got the hexadecimal range as well from 0 to F. And they're also opposites. So you've got, I guess you could say opposites. Every 2, so you've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. So they're kind of like rot 13-ish effect on there. I don't know, you could use that for something if you want to. Now, I say that, there's loads of different references, and there's some cipher coins out there that have, I don't know, like 50 different references all on the coin that you can make use of, which is very, very helpful. But this is just kind of, it's got a few core, very common ones, and set up in such a way that the whole idea, once again, is that you can use this for multiple purposes. You can make puzzles designed from the content, and whether or not you have and use the path tags that come with it. I mean, in this case, it's the what I describe in the campaign page, the rose core. I wonder if anybody got the reference for the rose and the cardinal. Post a comment if you got the reference of the rose core and the cardinal. And whoops. So we've got, with this rose core, you can see there's a little hole. Angle is backwards all the time. So you can see the little hole, and if you align it right, hey, there's a letter there. Hey, there's a letter there. Hey, there's letters that show through the holes. Interesting. I wonder how you could use that in a code, in a puzzle. So if you have any path tag, really, you could potentially make a little puzzle with combining the design of the path tag with the rings on the back of the coin. So there's a lot of potential there. I haven't even thought too deeply about how many different types of puzzles there could be. These are not the ones I want. And so, yes, Roger has got the rose thing. You understood what the rose meant. That's good. Because if you think about it, this design of the front of the path tag, it's got the logo on it, but there's nothing really like puzzly about it. It's fairly straightforward. If you see, you can probably see it closer on the campaign page, but it's basically the cardinal directions. So you've got north, south, east, west, northeast, southwest, and all of those. And then you've got the breakdown of the very minor angles between all of the cardinal directions. And so there's 3 in between. And if you align it just right, you just might see that those 3 arrows between each cardinal direction kind of line up to a letter. Interesting. So coming up with a puzzle that made use of this was interesting. And the puzzles don't necessarily use every piece of information on the coin, but you don't need to use every piece of information on the coin. All you need to do is just make a little cipher, a little process, a little task that can encode something in a way that you can decode it. And so if you watched the pitch video, right at the very end, you know what? Let's jump in here and take a look. I'll mute for a second. Right around here, I think, there's a little something showed up. That looks like a rose. Oh. Rose, you say, with a path tag that just kind of fits in the center? So, in this particular case, there are already some glyphs, they call them, where they're so it described in the campaign page. You'll see that there's a tiny bit of instruction about how these work. So there's the little picture of the glyph that was in the video. And where did it go? Down here. There we go. So that's the cipher glyph. And if you take that core, in this case, it's the rose core, it kind of fits right in the smack dab in the middle of that glyph. And so there's a little bit of a, so in this case, you can see, I'm going to grab, I have it. I have the glyph. I found it after all this time. I went hunting and searching, and it was like Indiana Jones, and I finally found the slate with the glyph on it. Adventure. So we have the glyph. And let me get the, I wish this thing would auto zoom. It just doesn't want to auto zoom. Let's drop it back here. So here, I found the glyph. And interestingly, there seem to be a whole lot of roots and stuff flying around. The rose is growing, and all of these roots are connected. Well, if you look at it, I can't really, it's not going to work very well. But it kind of fits right in the middle there. And if you align it just right, it almost looks like some of those arrows jump over to another one. Jump over to another arrow. There's like loops, kind of like arcs of the sun from one arrow to another. So if you were to take this layout, see if I can get that up here. Microphone in the way. That little layout, and combine it with this little design, you might notice that there are some, so remember what I said about those arrows lining up to letters? Yeah, it's so backwards doing it like this. If you, with a little bit of effort and a little bit of time, you can figure out that some letters convert to another one. So I haven't yet shown you one of the cipher messages that have been discovered. But if you are following the campaign, if you have pledged, or if you are just following it, then you'll receive updates. And over the course of the month, you just might see some messages and some interesting little puzzles pop up. And one of the benefits to ordering, pledging for some of these different coins, excuse me, or if you are an early bird backer and get one of the early bird items. Where did I show it here? Early bird bonus, right here. This is another glyph. And if you are an early bird backer and you choose this, then you just might have another glyph that can help you solve some puzzles and maybe, perhaps, claim some bonus rewards. So again, with the combination of the glyph and the core and the disk, and of course an encoded message, you can decode and earn rewards. And so there's a whole lot of stuff that I have in store and in plan. And as mentioned, this coin is part of this is phase 1, part of Project EGA. And while patrons have been following the process, more revelations to them behind the scenes and everything. Project EGA is a much larger creative work that I'm generating and have been making over the years. And if you've been following Cash the Line on YouTube and you've been listening to the podcast and the video series over Christmas, GeoVlogmas and GeoPodmas, there's a lot of tie-in from that story to this coin, these discs and cores and glyphs, and interesting. There might just be more to come. And but this is just phase 1. And so this is going to be helping to fund the move into the next big phase, which, as I've mentioned in a few places, is a game that's being developed, and it also is within this realm, this story world of the cash line dimension. The cash line cipher Geocoin is more than just a coin. Let's see if I can get the voice back. It is an artifact forged in mystery and shadows, recovered from the corners of reality. It is believed to have the ability to tap into a parallel dimension when powered by moments of joy and happiness, discovery, success achieved by its holder. But it requires components to function. Cores, keys, and glyphs that, when coupled together, can tap into and harness power from this mystifying place. Many have been found, some have been understood, and others have yet to be uncovered. But capabilities of this cash line dimension still remain an enigma. These coins, or cipher disks, have been found in 4 forms, pulsing when in their native contexts: Earth, life, sense, and quest. What might each unlock? Only time will tell. I like that voice. It's fun. The preview teasers, I trust you guys have caught them. That's where I've used the voice to help tease and promote these different materials and variants, the different types of coins, and drop down that light a little bit. And so what else do we have here? Mackie coins. Yes. So of these coins that are available, we have the 4. So we've got the silver and the copper and the black nickel and the gold. And as I was saying at the beginning, the silver is your basic collector's coin, so it's what we call inert. It has no extra powers. It is a collector's coin. It's earth. It's ground. It's the foundation. And so that, if you just want a coin, this is the one that you can get. And then if you really want to have the full set, then you can choose to get all of them or a combination, a mix of them. That include anything from the copper, the black nickel, and the gold. And those 3 are the powered coins. These 3 are the ones. Hey, and as I'm chatting, if you have any questions or you want anything clarified that may not be as obvious in the campaign page, then by all means ask. And if it's a very common one, then I'll make sure to add it to the frequently asked questions. So yes, there are the 3 coins, and these are the powered ones. These are the coins that have bonus abilities that will be tying into everything that's to come. So, for example, there will be let's say with early bird, with this glyph, with this sticker that the first 50 people will be receiving. Where did it go? Down here. There is a glyph that is hidden right now. But once it's received, much like the slate rose glyph, there will be messages that will be able to be solved. But those will only be solvable by people who have powered coins. So one of these ones. Now theoretically, yes, you could solve them with any coin. So the silver one, because the back faces are exactly the same, you'll be able to solve puzzles, of course. But if you want to find out what's hidden behind those messages and those puzzles, there could be anything from messages to digital badges and rewards to physical prizes and other collectible items. Who knows? It is nebulos. It is open door. And so, again, having anybody who has all of the coins, anybody who's maxed out on the power and has this bonus quad core, will have access to also earning additional big bonus stuff. Hey, Tim Merlin has just got his set. Awesome. And So, yes. So, for example, as you can see from the campaign page, the coins have additional power as you go higher and higher. So you've got Earth, and then Life is the next one up, and then you've got the Sense is the third one, and then the Gold, the Quest is the last one. These have increasing powers, increasing abilities. So, for example, if there is a puzzle or if there's a message, an encrypted message that uses this glyph, and you've got the rose core, if you were to solve it and redeem the answer, then you might just get a different reward depending on which coin you're claiming it by. There's a little bit of information talking about that on the campaign page, but let's take a look at the tiers. So where do you put the tiers? Nope, right there. So, talking about these tiers. This first tier, the $4,000, that is the level that I've determined to break even with all of the shipping that's going to happen and being conservative about the costs and the income. That's the safe point. If we can cross 4,000 for the campaign, then we'll be able to break even with all the stuff that's just now. So that doesn't cover all of the prior costs to developing the coins up to this point. That's just going to break even for the campaign, strictly speaking. So that's the safe point. If we can make it to 6,500, then we'll be going. We'll be on the road. So at 4,000, I've mentioned that a website will be created to begin to register active cipher disks and interface with the cache line for the distribution and redemption of cipher glyph activations and puzzle and bonus rewards. So essentially what's happening is these coins, if you know Geocoins, they all have trackable codes on the back. They're unique to geocaching, and that's how you claim them as your own, and that's how other people can discover them when they see them. And you know what? I'm going to modify this banner just a bit to say questions ask in chat or a comment. There we go. So I don't have to keep repeating it. And so what was I saying? Each of these... Yes, the codes on the back. So all of the coins, every individual coin has a unique tracking code so that you can claim it as your own and that other people can discover it. But in order to make use of the coins and claiming prizes, claiming rewards, redeeming rewards, there is going to be sort of like what Snag the Tag does. There's going to be another unique code that will be distributed with these artifacts. So this is going to be the way that you can solve and then claim. So for example, let's say again, this guy's got a puzzle. You solve this with the coin that you own. Say I've got this one, I've got this coin, and I've got the rose core. I take the puzzle, I solve it, and now I would go to the website and I would take the unique code that came with this coin. So this is the interface into the cache line, the coupling code as described on the campaign page. The coupling code that comes with this coin, you'd use that to identify yourself plus the tag that you used. So you've got to have them both. And you put it into the website with the solution, and then it's claimed to your account, and then everything happens from that point. Whether it's receiving the digital information like the badge or whatever, something like that, so an intangible reward or redemption, or if it's access to be able to purchase, say, exclusive additional content, additional swag, or something beneficial to geocaching or some kind of prize, then that would all be through that process. So that's where the mounts come in. And I'm working on designing mounts that are good for coins and for path tags. And so as displayed in here, where do we put them? Right here. This is kind of a mock-up concept of just a basic holder. So this coin will have a a custom designed or an identified mounting platform. And there we go. And so say you just bought the life coin that comes with the rose core. That would be, they'd be paired together and they would both display on this mount. There's also the possibility of getting additional mounts just for the path tags. And so to hide it, because that coupling code is kind of a private code, it would be hidden, say, under the title. You can pop that off and see the coupling code, and then use that to claim the account. So the way to think of it is, you've got a coin. If you're looking at the cache line dimension, imagine all those lines that are traveling around, twisting and turning and contorting, and it's the line of life, your life and that person's life, and all these lives, these lines in this cache line dimension. You could think of it like these coins are being coupled to that line. And so as you're traveling, you've got your coin with you, and it's feeling the pulse in the right contexts of quest or life. And when you've got this coin and it's coupled to the line and it's connected with the tag, with the core, then now you can identify, so the system or the connection into that dimension through the hub, through the website, would be identified by those coupling codes. And that is how you would say, this is my coin, its coupling code with the core. I've solved this message, this glyph, and now I am claiming whatever it might reward. And the idea behind this, again, is that the prizes would be relevant, or the rewards would be relevant to the type of coin that was used. So like I mentioned before, if it's one puzzle, and you only have the life coin, then you might go to the website and enter in with the coin and core that are associated with your account. You enter it in, you enter in the solution, you would get the life version of that prize, of that redemption. If you have all four and you were to go there and you were to enter the prize, the answer or the solution, then you would get potentially each version of the prize. You'd get the sense version of the prize, and the quest version of the reward, and the life version of the reward. So having each is beneficial in and of itself. So 1, you've got collectors who just want to get them all. 2, you've got the additional abilities of the types of coins that can continue to give you more stuff in the future. And then, of course, you saw it when I showed you that tier. When you've got the quad, there is another core. There is a special quad core. And this one is something that you just might want as well, because I've already got plans, because there's phase 2 with the game. And so you never know, there's going to be stuff that might help improve your game. Hey, improve your game. What's the term? Boost your game? Something like that. And so having a quad with those can be very beneficial. And just like I had also listed, there are other ones. So I had been talking about the Iron Bingo Challenge that I've got. Long ago, I had I had listed that anybody who solves this challenge would be getting one of my coins when I first mint it, a special thing that you can earn and win. And so that was long before it had evolved to what it is now. And so instead of getting an Iron Bingo Geocoin, it is now this cache line coin with a special, unique, exclusive iron core. So anybody who completes the necessary qualification for the Iron Bingo Challenge, and at this point it is completing the entire grid, will win for themselves a cache line coin with the iron core. And that iron core also has benefits. And the current contest right now is the Wolf Core, and that's the one where in the Lone Wolf Legacy video series, there are words scattered throughout all of the videos. And if you follow the instructions and you're one of the first 50 people to complete that contest, then you will win that exclusive Wolf Core. And similarly, it will have exclusive bonuses and benefits. And all the patrons, of course, who support Cash the Line are also getting a patron core, another exclusive that you can only. So these three are the only ones right now that you can get through external means than this campaign, and so that patron core will also provide more exclusive, additional bonus content. And so there are plans in the future for other things, other ways to attain these bonuses and these exclusives. And like I said, up at the top here, I think somewhere up here, or was it down below? Where was it? Right here. The future remains unwritten, an open door, an unactivated portal to adventures unknown. I'm just super excited about this, and I have to thank all of the patrons who've helped support over the last few years, because to get to this point, it's been time and inspiration and dedication and money and funds, and all of that has made this possible. And good question. How many wolf cores have been claimed? Currently, let me just double check. I believe there are. I have 31. I thought there were 32. I'll have to do a search. There's either 31 or 32 so far. So there's still a bunch to go. It takes a little bit of work because it's a whole bunch of videos to watch. But you got to work for what you want to get. You get what you pay for, they also say. And what am I doing? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where did it go? There it is. And so there is much to come with this. So going back to the goals now. So at 4,000, that's when everything starts. That's when we've hit the minimum, we've hit the goal, and it's going to be time to start building the website and start building those mounts. So I recently invested in a tool to help with the creation of these mounts, and I've already been experimenting a little bit with things like holders and whatnot and cases. So I've got I using some of the wood that came with the laser cutter. I was able to fashion a little box. A little box. I have this little elastic thing around it because just because it's so thin, it holds together on its own, but it's like the thin type of wood, and so like it pops off easy. I just do that to get access the contents a little easier and quicker. But so it holds together. I just have it so that I can carry it around and not worry about it popping out. So that's neat. But I tested with another box with some thicker wood and burned a nice little cube box, which just fit perfectly. And the test burn, this is really cool. So when you get it and you set it up correctly, you pop in the card and you hit go, and you pop out this nice wood burned design. And if it works right, then you get a really nice thing. You can hang that up on the wall, and that's pretty neat. But I started breaking out on my own and trying to create a container just to see how well things hold together. And so I came up with a little idea. This might not necessarily be the mount, but kind of a little path tag holder. So we've got a path tag here. This is me having fun with new toys. So there's a little hole in the middle there where you can put a little magnet. I didn't have the right size magnets just yet, so and it didn't have a measurement, so that's where the magnet would be. And yeah, you can just sit a little path tag right in there, and it would sit against the wall. But the neat thing about this is that there's a little flap here. So if you have, say, another one, see if I can do this. So you've got another one here with the little flap on the back. You just might be able to set it in with the other one. And now you've got two connected side by side, because it kind of sits, there's a little hole in the bottom. So that little flap can just sit in there, and there's a little bit of an offset. So you got another little holder here. And if you have another one, you can set another one in there. And if it gets the path tag get out of the hole. This is part of the fun of the design, making sure that it works. I know you've got kind of theater seating for Patek holders. I was just playing around. It's kind of neat to have something like that. And so coming up with an idea that works nicely for a holder is pretty neat. And so those mounts are going to be something like that. So something really creative and nicely designed to be a display holder for the coin and Pateks, the cores. And so that's the first stage. The second stretch goal, the 6,500, the upgrade. This is where there's going to be more time and more effort put into creating, I guess you could say, more advanced mounts for the discs and cores. So say you bought 3 coins, you could get a special mount that is for 3 coins, and making things modular so that all of whatever cores that you've got can all be displayed and held together. So that'll take some playing around, but a lot more time, because it would be nice. I really want to be creative with it. And so, there could be really nice face designs and etched art. I don't know if you've seen the kind of things that you can create with laser etched designs, but wow, they can get creative and beautiful. And so hitting that goal will give me more R&D for materials and time to be able to create these specialized mounts that can be up for attaining. But the big one, if we can hit 10,000, that goal, I mean, that's far beyond what I'd ever expected from this. But if we can hit that, then all of that is funds that will go towards phase 2. And when it comes to creating a website that tracks all of this stuff, it's not a small task. And there can be a lot of time and server software and plans and support that would go into that. And that will also help cover a lot of things like more rewards and prizes to give away. So from that point and on, that's like the launch of a business. And that would be awesome. It would be great if this could be self-sustaining. But the hope for all of this is that... Do I have 4? I do have 4. Yeah, that's right. The game launch coming up would ideally merge into an online version. And so when it goes online, that means constant activity, constant support, all of that kind of stuff. It's a huge endeavor when you get into that. That's more phase 3. So phase 2, the game, I haven't talked about all that much just yet publicly. But if you're a patron, you know. And so my hope is that later on this year, I'll be able to have another campaign project on the go to be able to launch to get this game off the ground and produced and manufactured and into your hands, to be able to play and enjoy and expand. And I want to say more, but I shouldn't say more. And so what else can I say? Oh, let's see where we're at now. What did I cover? Everything. Shipping and the passion project and the risks. Yeah. So oh, hey, what's that? Oops. Teaser. Okay, so where are we at? Let's refresh this. We're at 1,800 out of... We're almost halfway there on day 1. That's awesome. That's so good. I love it. Please continue to spread the word and link to people, link to your friends and family, because we want to get this done and going. And I'm excited. What else was there? Mackie. I think we covered everything. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't talked about the face. So that front face, it's you can kind of see the zigzaggy, the terrains. It's just a relief, so it doesn't have the colors, but you'll see the parallel with the logo that's kind of evolved over the years, doing variations each year. And so the most recent theme has been that the four colors denoting the four terrain or the four experiences of geocaching, from water and air to land and earth to life and nature to urban and night and all that. And so that has been translated by Chris very nicely into a realistic relief version. And while the Fooner isn't exactly a running man, it's you can't. I mean, it's a running man. It's a running man, and so that translated nicely. There's a little bit of a trail. It's hard to make a relief with that much depth. I'm kind of envious of artists who can do that. This relief, there are coin reliefs that are much deeper than this one. But the reason why it's so shallow in this one is because I wanted to make sure that it was not expanding past the bracket size. So that way it can lay flat and it won't wobble around and it won't wear out, so that relief won't scrape against surfaces if it's face down. The relief will stay as is, which is kind of the point. So that's why it's that way. And then dealing with the thickness of the coins, like with that magnet, we had to figure out what kind of magnet and where it could go to make sure that that it would be the right thickness and all that. And so it works nicely because where did I put the? Oh, it's still in the holder. The path tag, easy access. It's nice. The magnet is slightly popping out so that you can easily push the path tag and take it out easily of that little recessed area. I just want to fiddle with this fidget. What else we got? That's a good way to look at it. The man is rushing for an FTF. There should see, yeah. If you look closely, I don't have the high res. Right, there's a mountain back there, and there's a flag up there. Maybe that's an unfound cache, and he's going for the top of the mountain. Oh yes. Hey, interesting. The card game moves to an alternate dimension. Okay, what else do we got? Oh yeah, I have a few of the early bird stickers here. Oh, foil. Ooh. See, now this is another one, because if you are an early bird and if you're one of the first 50 to back and you'd get this, then yeah, you could stick this on a guitar, on a bookcase, maybe put it in a library, like on a library cache. Who knows? You could put it anywhere. But there's code here, so you could use this for any number of purposes. For, as I was mentioning earlier, making puzzles using these assets. So there was that one, and there was the slate, and there's another glyph that hasn't been discovered yet. Maybe you'll have to keep watch for that, because it might pop up at some point in the very near future. Okay, what else we got? So we got the cores, we got the mounts, the tiers. Yes, and yes, double checking before you back, because here's one of the things that's always one of the biggest topics with crowdfunding, whether it's Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and that's dealing with the issue of shipping and coming up with something that works for this. Because I think the way Indiegogo works, you can it's nice because they know your location, and so it kind of automatically populates the shipping destination and what you would need if it ships to your location. So if I'm in Canada and supporting a US project, if they are shipping to Canada, then I can pledge and choose Canada as a shipping option. So I wanted to make sure that this was at least open to everybody, which means there is a huge range of shipping. And so Indiegogo has recently partnered with Easy Ship, which apparently makes it a little bit easier on the back end to manage shipping costs and estimates and everything. And so I used Easy Ship to give some estimates of the weights and the sizes and the dimensions of the potential packaging. So that's what the amounts are based off of, those estimates and averages. So Canada and US are relatively easy because it's domestic and international, but it's the same. It's just easier. The worldwide, anything overseas international, you start getting into things like imports and fees and whatnot. So those are things that need to be considered when placing the order. I think I have them listed, down here. I went with $20 for Canada and $20 for the US and $30 for worldwide. They kind of averaged. These are all tracking included with insurance, and so that's kind of on the low end of worldwide. So if I mentioned here that if for whatever reason the base shipping cost for a country is significantly larger than the asked amount, because I've seen some estimates. I did some random countries to see what it might cost to ship to Timbuktu or something, and there have been shipping costs at up to like $60 plus the border fees and whatnot. So that doesn't include customs and border fees. This is just the shipping option for general worldwide. So if it comes to the point where shipping to where you are is exorbitant, then I may ask to negotiate the difference or just find a cheaper delivery option if you know of one, just to be fair. And because that's, like I was saying, the shipping stuff is something that can significantly eat into projects. And like people have had failed projects because their shipping has been way more than expected, and it's become a loss because they didn't anticipate shipping costs. And so I wanted to make sure that it was somehow positive for as much as possible without being negative for you and without going into the red on my end. So hopefully this works out well. If it works, great. If not, we'll figure things out and it'll be better for the next time. I don't think I've backed anything since Indiegogo started using Easy Ship. So I don't even know what the process is from a backer standpoint. But I do know that if you order and before the campaign is done, you want to adjust your order, it is possible to do a redemption. So redeem your order or refund your order and then place a new one. I don't think it is possible to adjust what you've backed. So if you want to add a new perk, you would have to refund and then reorder with the new perk, which is not very good for the early bird backers. So I just thought of that now. So that's something to consider. Because one of the things that I was thinking of doing is with in the future with that higher tier, making an additional add-on perk. So if that can't be added, then I'll have to figure some way to do this. But it will be done. It will be done. I want to make sure that this is just a project that launches and campaigns well and ends on a high note. So the other thing with Indiegogo that is not there with Kickstarter is once the campaign is done, you can continue to take orders. They have this thing called in demand. So your campaign is done, it moves into this in demand section where you can continue to provide ordering for people who want specific perks or tiers. As long as you have them, you can continue to order more and more and more. So I think it kind of becomes like a shop. The idea being, again, once the website launches, that you would be able to purchase additional things, like whether it's new tags, or if there is a special tag that you wanted, or other swag and merchandise, or if you only got one coin during the campaign and then 3 months down the road you want to get the entire set because now you know what the other coins can provide, then you'll be able to go to the website and order those. So again, that's the medium-term plans for the future that would happen with these goals being met. So is there anything else? So again, remember, if you have any questions or if there's anything you want to ask, then please put into a comment. I don't know. Has this been, I think this is running on Facebook. It should be. I don't know if there's anybody actually watching on Facebook. I think it went as an event. I don't know. But anyway, what else do we have? Oh, I am going to provide a little bit of incentive for sharing this campaign. So watch on Facebook and Twitter, because I'm going to be providing instructions for what to share and how, and you'll be entered into a draw to be able to win some extra prizes just to help spread the word. Whether you've backed it or not, getting the word out there is huge. And you know, I've tried to do some of that beforehand. This is the first time for me as well, so I don't know the best way to help self-promote. And I hate self-promoting. It always, anyway. The more places the word can get out without spamming, without becoming kind of a negative experience, the better. So topically relevant places as well. But if you guys can share with your family, with your friends, help get the word out. And like I said at the beginning, ideally, this is not something just for geocachers. This is for coin enthusiasts, puzzle enthusiasts. It has the geocaching tie-in because thematically, and that it's got the tracking codes and path tags. But ultimately, these are really nice coins, and if you have coin collecting friends, they might just be interested in collecting these. Or for people who love puzzles, or when phase 2 comes along, people who like collecting things might be interested as well. So there's good reason, I would hope to get people involved and interested in pitching in. Oh, thank you. Force Awakens already shared the promo video in our local cache group's Facebook page. Awesome. You know, I was talking to Land Monkey about this. A lot of us vloggers, when we start, or not even just vloggers, but anybody who's really doing social media sharing with something that you really enjoy, you get so excited about it. I've created something and I want people to see it. And then you go out there and you just share it everywhere. You do something new, like a new video or a new photo series or something, and then you go to all the groups and all the hashtags and you just drop it everywhere. You quickly learn that that's not very effective. Because not only are you putting that content in places that aren't necessarily relevant to that content, so you put it in front of people who aren't interested, but you also build a community of people who like the stuff that you put out. But if they're also in all of those places, then you've just spammed one thing to 10 different locations, but somebody's going to see their entire timeline filled with all of those posts. And so I think you quickly learn when you're doing something like this not to overload social media with your shares and posts. From one location, from one person, it starts to feel like spam. And so you can lose attention, you can lose people. And so you've got to be smart and strategic. And it's not smart and strategic in an underhanded, secretive kind of way, like trying to subvert things to get in new places. It's just to be effective. Like if you want to see more, if you want to get word out there, then you've got to be smart about how you do it. And so that's why it's so paramount that if you guys would please help share this smartly with people who might be interested, then that will help it spread. At what level do we get Chris Ramsey involved? I have a feeling that he would get involved if maybe we hit 100,000 and he'd take all 100,000. I don't know. I feel like this is a little below his pay grade, but it would be awesome. But yeah, I don't think that would be a bucket list dream item. But what else? That's how Facebook works. Yep. That's with all that spamming of everything. That's how it works. And that's, yeah. I think if you start using Facebook and you join a whole bunch of groups, you've got to start being ready to expect every so often a whole bunch of identical posts in all these different groups. But anyway, I try not to do that. I hope that this stuff is good enough and you like it and support it enough that you'll be able to share and help us, all of us as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work, to hit these goals, to hit these stretch goals. And if you have ideas for other things that could be added as a stretch goal, please comment. There is a section on the campaign to be able to post comments and questions in the discussion section, where you can ask and make suggestions. So if you have ideas for things like stretch goals, I would love to hear them. I've been thinking about what can we add? What can we add to this campaign to make it more interesting and more enticing, to try to boost those numbers and add value to the product, to the content, without breaking the bank. Is breaking the bank good or bad? I can't. I thought about that earlier today. I'm like, oh, I want to break. Do I want to break the bank, or I not want to break the bank? So yeah, any ideas for further goals, stretch goals, would be awesome. I'd love to be able to add some more on here, or insert some into that list, just to add some variety. Yeah, if you have any suggestions, if you have suggestions for shipping, or carriers and whatnot, then all of that would be helpful. This is in a way, this is a community thing. Again, this all came about because of the patrons who helped me get this project to this point, and now it's to the public. Now it's to you guys, and I want to make this as good and as great and fun and awesome for you guys as possible. So if you have any tips, any ideas, I'm all ears. Yeah, I guess that's all eyes reading comments. There we go. What else is there? Let's see. What are we at now? 1,800. And have you rolled? We're at 2,000. 50%. Yes, half done in one day. I am happy. 32 days left. 32 days left. That is a Saturday. So the last day is, what is it? August 12th. That's the last day. So we've got a whole month to get this out here. This is going to be my thing. So if you're following me, you might be seeing a whole lot more coin-related, project-related stuff. This has been years in the making, and I'm just so excited because this is still just phase one. And if this takes off, then this is huge. I mentioned down at the end here, this is a passion project. Where did I put it here? I'll read through this. If you know Cash the Line and how I started out with chasing the Iron Man, there is a backstory to the theme. And basically, as I say in the campaign here, Project EGA is a creative endeavor of mine that's near and dear to my heart. I've been working on Cash the Line brand since 2017 when I started vlogging, inspired by the plight of my mother who passed away in 2012, all within 1 year due to an unexpected rapid onset of ALS from an accident that happened at home. During that period, I was attempting to complete a daily geocaching goal, and that's the Iron Man challenge. And while she fought to the very end, she inspired me to complete that Iron Man goal. That's 366 days of consecutive caching. But that ultimately launched the brand. It's centered around challenges and goals and accomplishments, adventure, discovery, and nature, basically everything that geocaching has to offer. The Geocoin series are designed to be, at the very least, a collectible geocoin for coin enthusiasts, but also as a themed memento for geocaching enthusiasts, a collectible series for die-hard collectors, and a creative storytelling opportunity for mystery and puzzle lovers, and eventually launching into and connecting into phase 2, the creation of a collectible card game that provides exclusive bonuses for owners of the Cash Line coins. This project ties together my passions for technology and nature and storytelling and gaming and collecting and adventure. And just as I brought my own adventures in nature to my mother during her ALS to help lift her spirits, my hope is that the fun and adventure experienced through these artifacts and eventually the game will provide the same for others, especially those who may not be able to experience the literal adventures themselves. And so that's the inspiration behind all of this. And that is what this is. This is one of many, many, many cards. I've shared a few this or that, would you rather this or would you rather that, card comparisons over the last few months, just to kind of tease what should be coming up, ideally but before the end of the year. That's my hope. That's my goal. And so there's just a little bit of a glance into what's in development. We have some new comments. Hey, I think Ramsey would like these. Let's all tweet him about it. Ooh, hey, that, I don't know how I would react if Chris Ramsey actually got a hold of this and liked it. I think I'd be super intimidated. If you haven't seen Chris Ramsey, he's a magician and a puzzle enthusiast, and he creates videos solving things like puzzle boxes. And some of these puzzle boxes are so intricate. It's insane. The puzzle boxes that cost, I think he's had some that were custom designed and cost $200,000 to build so that he could make a video solving it live. I feel like these coins are a little low, but hey, I mean, I don't know. I would be speechless. I would seriously be speechless if Ramsey liked these. Roger, does the shipping get added into that total? So the backing amount is just the rates of the pledge tiers. So that amount is before the shipping. So that is $2,000 before, or not including the shipping. I had to double check on that first just to make sure as well. But I'm going to compare afterwards just to double check and make sure. Yes, congrats. It's been just 4 hours. I know. That's crazy. That is awesome. Thank you. Good evening from the West Coast. Wet coaster. Are you from the Wet Coast? I like that. Shipping gets added at checkout. Yeah, so when you order, the shipping does get added at checkout, but the campaign total is based on the backer levels, the perk amounts. These amounts. So these are the totals that get added in to the current level. Let's see. I did put FAQs in here. Yes. So let's go over the FAQs. So what if you meet in person and avoid delivery? Shipping has always been a difficult aspect to set up for crowdfunding. If we meet up and hand off your order without shipping, we can do a refund of the shipping difference by a convenient method. So yeah, I know I've got a number of friends and people nearby who most likely will meet up, and I'll be able to just hand off the order. If that happens, then we'll just figure out how to get you the difference of the shipping cost that you'd already paid on the order. Because it's not possible. I tried it. It's not possible to say for Canada, for example, there's a standard shipping rate for Canada set at the $20. You can't add another Canadian shipping option for $0. I mean, it feels like there should be a way to be able to add multiple options for shipping, but you can't. So to be fairly standard across the board, it'll include shipping, and if there's any changes or stuff that has to happen afterwards, then we'll just do an exchange, whatever is necessary at that point. Why do Geocoins increase in price? Talked about this a little bit. Each Geocoin variant may provide different bonus rewards as new glyphs and cores are discovered and introduced. For example, a year down the line, there may be an exclusive reward for quest artifact holders that are unavailable or different for other variants. These rewards for any powered, that's those three, the non-earth, the non-silver coins, artifacts may be anything, say, from trackable discover codes to profile badges to physical prizes and bonuses and more. The launch of the website hub and account profile will help keep track of all that. So not only will you be able to... What I'm still talking to Geocaching HQ about is the ability to make use of the API. If I can use the API and connect in, then we can connect your account profiles on this new website to your geocaching profile that currently exists with your username and all that. And then you can connect it through it could potentially read stats and make use of that in your artifact ownership. Who knows? So there's a lot of potential there, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to make use of that. And that the website's going to be a big project. So this is the big one. What if I trade or sell my Geocoin? So I had to think about what would happen in that case, because again, to claim or redeem for prizes and redemption for things that especially are physical, it would be, in a sense, it'd be sort of like redeeming a coupon code and then going to checkout and then ordering from there based on what you've entered. But then if you did that once, what's to stop you from doing it multiple times? And so I wanted to make it so that essentially every coin is able to tap into this additional redemption reward however many times as allowed. And so you could make use of the private codes to be unique, the tracking codes on the coins to be unique, but then if anybody sees it and discovers it, then they also know the tracking code, and how would the system know if it's that person or this person who's using it? So that's why we are working with the coupling codes, because they, while relevant to the story, are also the way to make sure that your account, you have your own personal connection to the cash line, and that's through these mounts, these coupling codes that help to power the coins. So if you have a coin, if you have purchased a coin, then you have also with it the mount with the coupling code. And so if you were to trade the coin with somebody else, or give the coin or sell it to somebody else, then you might keep the mount and they would get the coin, but then they wouldn't be able to redeem prizes because they don't have your code, and you wouldn't be able to use that coin anymore because they have the coin. So you would need to either give the mount and the coin together so that they have the coupling code and then they can continue to use it as intended, or they might just want the coin, you keep the mount, but then you could buy another coin, and then you'd couple those together on your account on the website. So it sounds complicated, but it's the only way really to make sure that it's its own thing. You go to the website hub, everything is there. You've got the stuff in front of you, and you've got the puzzles, and then you've got things associated to your account, so you know that you've got the quest coin and mount coupled to the cash line. And so you can go on there and say, I got this glyph in this puzzle, and you go through the system and make sure you've got do all what's ever necessary to redeem the prize, and it's automatically there. It knows that this is you and this is your coupling ID. All of that's already in the system. You can claim it and you're done. If you were to give the mount and the coin to somebody else, then if you keep, like, say I have this and I redeemed and I've got the prize, if I keep the prize and I give everything else to them, they wouldn't be able to redeem the same prize because you've already claimed it for yourself. So in essence, you own everything that you've done with this whole system. So if you were to sell the coin, if you would be a good person, you'd sell the coin, the mount, and whatever prizes you've already redeemed with that pair. Otherwise, they could buy a new mount or they could buy a new coin so that they can start redeeming. That's the thing with this. So if I sell or trade the coin, they can be treated like any other geocaching trackable coin, but in order to take advantage of the claiming bonus rewards, the mounts that arrive with the coins and path tags should also be traded with the coins. But if you receive a mount without a coin or a coin without a mount, you'll be able to order a new missing component and register them to your account so that you can claim rewards. And rewards will be claimed to every mount plus Geocoin pairing. That's the way to look at it, really. They're pairings. They're tied together. They're coupled together on the cash line. How will we know about new ciphers, cores, glyphs, and rewards? Well, you can follow Cash Line. Watch social media. Also, when the website hub is live and you create your account, there for reward claims, you can choose to also receive notifications and new discoveries. So you can get email updates of new things that are out there. And then that can lead to who knows what. Geocoin delivery. Basically, when the campaign's complete, I'm going to place the orders for everything that's needed. And its path tags usually take about 2 months. The coin, it's as fast as the mint can get them out. So if it's an enormous order, it could take longer. But I think the order for a larger order. It would probably be 2 to 3 months at least until between order and receiving the product, and then it's shipping them out. But there have been delays with the mint before that have caused longer delays than desired. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, during that time, once the campaign is done and I know how many need to be ordered and what needs to be created, that's going to be a busy time of mount making and setting up all of the content and the database of all of the stuff that's coming in, all of that stuff. It's going to be a busy period of production. And hopefully all of that can just tie in so that when everything comes in, everything can be shipped out. Can the coins be used to create geocaching puzzles? Yes. The ideas for puzzles using the cache line assets are theoretically limitless. If the puzzles can be solved without purchasing anything or promoting the purchase of anything, then yes, absolutely puzzles can be designed using these materials. If you've created unknown caches before and tried to make puzzles, there are some things that you can't use that reviewers won't allow you to use because they either say require purchasing an app or they're promoting some product for profit. That doesn't usually go off very well. So yes, all of this stuff, like the imagery for the back, the reference rings and the ciphers, the designs, all of the path tags designs, you can find those on the pathtags.com website. So it's all public knowledge. You can get that without having to buy anything. So yes, in theory, you could make up any puzzle using whatever content that currently exists in this campaign, in this project. Yeah, essentially go nuts. Glyphs are entirely custom made. The rose glyph that I just found after so much searching, this is just made up to work with the rose and the coin. So you can make up whatever kind of glyphs, whatever kind of puzzles and keys you want to. That's kind of the whole point to that. If there are other questions that seem to be common, I'll add them to the FAQs. And I think when that happens, I need to send out an email update to backers so that they know that there's more. Updates would also be sent out by email to anybody following or who's backed. The Force Awakens says, the series about Ramsey's grandfather, similar to the parallel dimension of Project EGA. True. So this was actually something that really interested me because I mentioned in here that before geocaching, I was involved with alternate reality games and transmedia storytelling. So when Chris Ramsey started making these puzzles solving these puzzles, but connecting them into to another storyline, he started to tell a story in a very creative way that was spanning across multiple puzzles and multiple experiences. And so I found that extremely intriguing and really interesting. And I commented a few times that I was like super impressed with not only his creativity, but the fact that he built in this underlying storyline with all of these puzzles that unraveled over time, which was really, really cool. And so that's what he's referring to here. The series about Ramsey's grandfather, kind of similar to the parallel dimension of Project EGA. There are some connections there. There could be. Hey, who knows? Like maybe I could partner with Chris Ramsey and make some signature content for him. That would be dream come true. Brad Gearhead here loved Cypher Geocoins. That's good. I hope so. I mean, I've seen some Cypher coins that are so I mentioned earlier, so intricate, so complex, so much information, and they're really cool. And relatively speaking, there's not a lot on here, but because it's separated into multiple components, you've got the Cypher disk, and you've got the core, the core that goes with it, and then you've got the glyph that goes with that, and then you've still got the encoded message to make use of all of those three to solve it. There's again any number of possible ways to make puzzles and try to solve them all. So there's a lot of potential here, and I'm super excited, and I'm so glad we have passed. We're still at 50%. Do we have any more? We're at 20 backers and 2,000 still. I wonder if we can get to 4,000 if we can hit our main goal by, today is Monday, Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I wonder if we can hit it by, let's give it 2 more days and see if we can cross that first goal. In 3 days? 50% in 4 hours. Yes. I am excited. I am excited. Hey, I don't know if you saw that, but that's a card. Hey, Eric. Howdy you? You know the difference? Y'all is one. All y'all is more than one. Was there another one? Y'all and all y'all. I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that 21 backers at 2,089. Yes, that I think is, as Roger says, about $100 per backer average. There have been a number of people who have bought the Quad Pro set, which is so awesome, and a number of full set orders as well. So that is so cool. Patrons know how excited I am. As I'm developing this game, I've been coming up with all these ideas, and my head's been just kind of exploding with ways to make this game more interesting, gameplay wise and collectability wise. And tying in these coins to that game has been super fun, super fascinating. Excuse me. Like, especially coming up with the exclusive rewards that are related to the different themes, the different coins. Ah! These are samples. These are not real coins. They are still okay. Yes, they are. It has been so fun. Like, this is like a storytelling dream come true. And to be able to come up with ideas that help flesh out the story world. If you recall from Geopodmas this year, I did an audio mini-series, and it continued the story of Geovlogmas. And there are some... If you listen or watch those series, there are some themes that are very, very relevant and very similar to what's been talked about in this campaign. Anything from transporting through portals to discs and spinning and powers and whatnot. And there just may be some treasure troop related content coming at some point. There is so much potential. I'm a collector, and my fiance would understand how collecting can be a little much sometimes. And so I have enjoyed collecting things in the past. And so that's been part of the inspiration for this, coming up with a way to have a potentially endless draw to... There's always just one more. There's another one. There's more. You got to have them all that kind of stuff. Hey, Mini Meg, welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out. I'm just chatting, talking, and trying to share my excitement. And what else? And then so we've also got the characters that have showed up during Geovlogmas in the prior years, and then the story arc that is kind of extended from year to year, and then kind of gone back and sort of wrapped up, but then still brought in something else with this year, and it just all ties in together, and I'm so happy and excited for it. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to post about more ways to help inspire you perhaps to share this around, and so there's going to be some prizes, some draws to give away to people who share and let me know, so that, well, it's pretty obvious. I'd love it if you'd be able to share this campaign, and work together towards breaking through these the goals. Where are they? The goals. Hit those stretch goals. We can do it. We can do it. It's possible. I believe in you. I believe in these coins. I believe in the cash line. Uh, so how's it going? How you doing? I need a drink. I need a drink. I don't have a drink. My monster. Where's my monster? What do we got? You know what? You know what? I think I will. I'll just do another tease here. Let's see. Sorts of things. What might get? Oh, okay. You know what? People, they've shown patrons what they would be getting for in this game. So why not? I might drop this as a little bit of a teaser as well. We have, if you are a patron and you get the patron core and you solve stuff, you might just get a patron saint. Teaser. Evil teaser. Evil teaser. What else might I be able to show? Without giving too much away. Oh, I did show you the. Well, you saw that. There's a picture of it already. But yeah, here's a sample card. Hey, that's me. It's me. The Bruce is here. What else might be able to show? You know what? I would love to go caching. For maybe obvious reasons in Sherwood Forest. I want to go caching in Sherwood Forest. All the tree caches are doable. There's no challenge in tree caches because everybody's in the trees. You know what? Hey, there was if you're listening to the podcast, there was our AI friend had told a story, and I wonder if I can find one. During the AI's adventure, he found some swag, and I don't even know where it went. I want to find that swag. Where did it go? Oh, there are so many cards. Oh, there's one. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was one of the first podcasts with AI. You found some mysterious dice. I think it has some kind of additional ability. If you find these in a cache, something might happen. Whoa. So many cards. So, yeah, that's just a little bit of teaser. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot coming, and a lot of this stuff will tie. Well, a lot of this stuff. This will all tie in together. Some of these things are exclusive to people with certain content, certain items, certain abilities, and there's still so much to go, so much to come. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to get just a little bit tired. It's after 10:30 local time, and it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but all that excitement has kept me going. What are we at now? Do we get anybody new? We're 2140. We're 22. We're getting there. Still going. This is so awesome. I'm so happy. I'm proud of you guys. I'm happy and I'm excited. And I don't want to go, but I gotta go. I gotta start working on things like making mounts and making things, bonus things and exclusives for people who back, and just trying to be creative and giving back to you guys, giving back to the community, and inspiring geocaching and the fun and adventure and the nature and the healthy activity and all of that stuff. See, I'm not so much somebody who's into neat containers. I'm all about the journey, the adventure. Starting from the trailhead or from home, all the way, everything that's involved from that to getting to the cache and signing the log. That's all, in my opinion, what geocaching is about. And that's the stuff that makes memories. That's the stuff that makes people happy and healthy. And I mean, there's so much more to life than that. It's all true, but as a hobby, as an activity, this is just like the best activity. And so when it comes to making something like this that's about geocaching and getting people to be able to have that sense of caching, whether it's out there personally or virtually, say through a card game, it's all, in my opinion, good and positive, and hopefully all for the community as well. And oh, hey, Mini Meg got 3 more boxes of the Iron Man cache. That's great. I still have to work on that one myself. I gotta update my my own stats and find out how much more I qualify for. But that's 25 and 5, 25 different squares to qualify for. If you look at the cache, let's see. I'm gonna pull it up. GC what was it again? What was the cache? It was it was GC3D5EB. Let's see how that looks. It's loading the cache page. So yeah, this is the grid. This is what you've got to complete in order to qualify for the Iron Core and coin. You've got to fill out the entire grid of streaks. So you've got to get 25 days of 3 difficulty and under, 15 days of small sizes, 3 days, consecutive days of scuba caches, 25 of terrain 3 and under, 5 days of 5. All of these, and the centerpiece is 100 consecutive days of caching. It's no small task. But I wanted to bring this up because some of the first people to complete this challenge managed to do the whole thing in the minimum 100 days. Where are they? Maybe I went too far. I wish I could I want to show the Excel spreadsheet. I think it's somewhere. Maybe it's not linked from here. They made up an Excel spreadsheet and planned out caches defined to qualify for all of these grids, all within the 100 consecutive days. That means there were, at any one time, there could be 4 squares overlapping, because you could have an attribute and a type and a size and a rating, all, and perhaps even lonely. You could knock them all off overlapping on those same days. They did so much work, and it was so super impressive. And then when they found out, they blamed me for all the gas that they spent to get them. We joked about that because, I mean, it's all a choice. You don't have to do it, but they decided to do it, and it was awesome, and it was super impressive. But, yep, Iron Big O Prize qualifiers. So far, we've got these guys all getting the coins, all getting them. So you can get on this list as well if you can complete that full card. And I think Eric, or is it EJK PBR, who's only 2 squares left as of April 11th. You know, he only had 3 days of an attribute and 10 days of letterboxes. So, hey, Eric, if you're listening, have you qualified yet? I say for this, you don't have to find the cache. You just have to be able to qualify and prove it in a comment, in a note, and then that would be enough to be able to prove that you qualify. And yes, there is already a plan for what you get for qualifying and how the Iron Core can be used. That was the one. The other one was the Lone Wolf. Let's see if I can find that one again. Other exclusive. The Wolf Core. The Lone Wolf Legacy Series. So this one, just to show you, that link will take you to a playlist. The Lone Wolf Legacy Geocaching Cache Tour. Instructions are also listed here, just so you know exactly what to do. And okay, point of clarification. I have a lot of people wondering why cacheline.net/stringofallthewords doesn't work. Maybe that could be a little clearer. You find all of the 12 words in the videos and then string them together and put them in the URL. cacheline.net/ and then the string of all the words, and then you get further instructions. So not literally that URL. So do that, and you will be one of the 50 people to win the Wolf Core. Hey, Eric is here. He just needs a letterbox and UV. So close. This close. Almost there. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I did regular and multi at the same time. Oh, that was hard enough. Yeah, this is a challenge that is not easy for people, especially if you've already cashed out your local area, because you probably have to travel a lot farther to get qualifying caches. What else we got? Two away still. Yeah, I need to look at my stats and figure that out. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna shut it down for the night because now 9, 10, 11, 2 hours, almost 2 hours. That's 2, 3. It'll be 5. Wait, 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock is 5 hours. It was 4 hours to 50%, and we are now at 5 hours to 53% in 5 hours. I can't believe that's awesome. Okay, so this month there's going to be a whole lot of updates and pushes to spread the word. So once again, finally, please continue to help spread the word. Share it with friends and family. Don't spam, but be strategic and effective, not ineffective and annoying. And let's see if together we can hit these goals and be able to really push out the potential in this project. I'm really excited about coming up with these kind of mounts and starting to really use these laser tools to create neat things and be super creative. Looking forward to that, as well as making all the puzzles. Okay, my brain is starting to get shut down. So thank you guys for joining for this live stream. It's a cool little hangout, and I hope some questions were answered. If there are some that keep coming up, then I'll make sure to add it to the FAQ. But I will post updates about the campaign in that updates tab, and there you'll be able to find more details about how things are progressing, especially when it comes to ordering the coins and when it comes to creating the mounts and the puzzles and the glyphs, all that stuff. And watch for it if you've already backed, because there might just be some secret hidden messages, decryptable in the updates. Maybe I'll tag some Chris Ramsey, get some Ramsey up in there. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I need a drink. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I'll leave this stream up just a little bit longer in case anybody wants to watch it or listen to it or whatever, or skip through it. I don't think I'm going to put timestamps in there. It's just a casual, put it in the background, listen to it like a podcast. And there will be a special podcast episode as well, where I will more concisely talk about a lot of the things that are in the campaign that may have been mentioned tonight as well, and hopefully get some of the podcast audience involved there. If you don't know, I have a podcast called TGIF Geocaching Radio. It's a once a month podcast, the last Friday-ish of every month, and you can get to that from cashtheline.net/radio, RADIEO, and I hope that you'll subscribe to that, or I guess follow in in podcast world on whatever podcast player you enjoy the most. I think one of them, Stitcher, I think is going under. I think it's ending. I think it's closing down. But tune into that, and we'll get more information there. And there might be some secret stuff. We'll see. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, backers already. And I hope that this has just been awesome and will continue to be awesome and continue to grow and continue to... everything, my brain is just going to go. Okay, I'm going to shut this down and say good night. And as always, happy caching and excellent adventuring. See you in the next video, whenever that might be. It should be coming up soon. This month has been all about the teasers and this coin, and it might be July as well. We shall see. All right, I'm out. Thanks for coming. Catch you later. Catch you on the flip side. And I don't know, there needs to be some kind of phrase for cash the line through the portal. I don't know.